Okay, welcome everyone to Global Politics, Focus on Nigeria. And today we're going to talk about the man of the year, supposedly, Tinubu. So Tinubu they have breaking news in which he's visiting France again. So now this guy has
Wow.
spent in 2024, he spent more than 2.3 billion on traveling abroad and these things.
Abroad.
And we're wondering what's the point of all of these visits. Now he's taking a private visit to France again. He's been making
Again.
several visits to France. One of the times he went to France, it was when they seized his airplane and assets, France and China. Now he's going there again before the African Union. What are your thoughts, what are your thoughts, Warif? I'm mixing
Warif.
all three names together. What are your thoughts, Warif? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The Nigerian President Tinubu, going to what's it called? Going to France. My question is that what's the benefit of going to France? I was just thinking the other day. I said, okay, let's assume that you are going to France to get investors or to do business with France. You are going there to get investors. Your country is not safe. Every day, almost every day, they are killing military men, killing civilians in the north. So how can investors come into the country that is not safe? Instead of going to France to get all those, why not work on security? They know the truth. So
Yeah, and but to
without
me,
a proper security, no investor will come, except
yeah.
we are deceiving, which I know they are deceiving us.
And we know that all these countries like France, Great Britain, and even the US want to continue exploiting Nigeria for its resources. So maybe they're not even interested in investing anymore. They just want to loot. And maybe that's what he's going to France to go talk to them and say, "Don't worry, we'll do this, we'll do that."
Let,
Because
let's come with the new tactics.
France has lost its colonies such as Mali, Burkina Faso, and
Senegal.
these countries, Cote d'Ivoire, they're losing a lot of their
Yeah.
colonies. So now they have new strategies, and I think that's what he's meaning. And it's very close to when he's supposed to go to the African Union. So maybe a lot of the things that happen with the African Union and everything, France is standing outside there wondering what's going to go on because there's a lot of things going on in Congo, in Mozambique. There's a lot of violence and instability, and we know that that's what France preys off of. What are your thoughts, Saeed? Yeah.
Yeah, what Mr. Warif said, I really don't see the benefit of him cuddling with France and going to France. But
Yeah,
we all know that he's
three
going there for
times
his medical.
within half a year, 3 or 4 times. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, from my own point of view, I think he's just going there for his
Yeah.
medical service, and
Maybe is that what he
they,
says? Yeah.
cause yeah, because that has to be it. Because from the statement one of his special advisor gave, he said he's going there to meet this French President Macron, and then you now go to the African Union, something something. So, but basically, what Mr. Warif has said is the truth. So many kidnapping and security issues we are having in the country,
Attacking,
and
killing their
in one
military
of my,
and
I think
banditry.
in one of yeah, because I really don't get it. If he really mean well for Nigeria, what is he going there for? Our military men are capable of putting a stop to whatsoever Boko Haram or insurgency we have in the country. It's because they don't have the motivation. They don't have enough weapons. So many diversion is going on in the military. So many expose has been from investigative journalists that have exposed so many things about our security apparatus. What has been done? Nothing. The other day they asked him in the only interview he gave to the press that what is he going to do about our military people, that they are diverting funds and the corruption in the military. He said he's not going to probe anyone in the military. So tell me, what is the
Just
motivation you
political,
expect
so that
our
they don't
military?
It's
overthrow him.
Yes,
political.
now
Uh,
what is the motivation you expect our military men to do? They'll just be there doing status quo and continue looting and doing
Look,
whatever they need to themselves.
during the last thing where 40 Nigerian soldiers were killed, they said that they were fighting. It's either Boko Haram or the other group. I slip. They were fighting these guys for
It's
3 or 4 hours. Then they ran out of ammunition
Which
and
one?
they ran out of
3 hours, no help couldn't come,
no
backup
reinforcements.
couldn't come.
That-
They are telling
So
those ones
either
to children.
so it's either we're saying that Nigeria we don't have resources, or we weren't prepared and we didn't have intelligence, or
It's not about
sabotage,
resources. Like I said,
sabotage,
it's the
sabotage.
will. It's the will of the
They don't,
president.
yeah,
It's
and they
the will
don't
of the
have the will.
president.
He doesn't have the will because I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
When you look at Africa now, so right now you look at Congo, M23 is attacking Congo, rebels backed by Rwanda, Kagame. Then the US, I mean, the UN sends troops, South African troops get killed. Now Kagame is fighting with Ramaphosa because Ramaphosa is angry about Rwandan rebels attacking Congo and killing South Africans. Then in Mozambique, they had riots and they almost had a civil unrest with their politics. And then when you look at what's happening in West Africa with Mali and those countries, so to me, it seems like everywhere we go, there's a lot of tension in Africa and we're not coming together. Like people said, tribalism, ethnic conflicts. And I think that's what the US and France and all these countries want, because once Africa is destabilized, especially countries like Nigeria and Congo, which have a lot of wealth, if those countries become sovereign, if those countries become sovereign, hold on. If those countries become sovereign, then the US and France are in big trouble because they'll join BRICS and they'll look out for Nigerian interests, look out for Congolese interests. So I think somewhere around this guy, Tinubu, lacks the political will to deal with this terrorism issue. But I think in some level, it's motivated by the fact that his bosses in France and America want there to be instability in Africa and in Nigeria. What do you think, Saeed?
Yeah, before I even come onto the show, I went to his Twitter page to check if he has congratulated Donald Trump. He has not done that till date. He has not done that till date. So definitely,
yeah, Donald Trump is not his man.
Yeah, they are not in the same boat.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So he knows that Donald Trump, and he's not going to back him up. That is another reason why he's going to France on a regular, to get a foreign backer, or else
Donald Trump will finish him with his mouth.
So he's going to
stay in your country and build your country, make your country what it's supposed to be.
I don't know if you guys saw the tweet the US mission to Nigeria tweeted, it's not some days ago, about some corruption now that Donald Trump is, some individuals, some organizations will have more ginger or like more courage to disclose some info which can tarnish the image of this present government. So he knows that the new US government is not going to do what
the whole thing is that this present government, they run Nigeria as like it's military regime, military government. Because even the press does not have that freedom, because there are some things that the press might want to say. They are going to threaten them underground not to say. So there's no freedom.
We now know that most of these press are bots. You can see what is going on with the disclosure
look at it now.
USA.
Okay, look at it. For example, now national television gave what's it called, Wiki Minister of the Year. How?
And then this day gives this guy Man of the Year.
I'm not a fan of Variety anymore, because for them to even give him that kind of award, and like the moment I saw on the newspaper that they gave Tinubu Man of the Year award or something, that is when I know that something is brewing. And with the latest revelation about the USAID projects of giving BBC money, and they have 6,000 journalists on their payroll. So you can tell why a lot of all this propaganda is thinking the way they
even the federal, the Nigerian budget, they want to represent it again, that to step it up. So to show you that they don't even know what they are doing, before you present a budget, you're supposed to work with professionals. These people that knows how to do it. Not that the whole thing is just like child's play. It does not show seriousness. Before you present your budget, you do proper job.
There is no will. Look at what Donald Trump is doing now. There is a will. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and he's doing it because he already foresee that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to achieve. But this one, tell me, okay, it's over like almost like 18 months now. What has he achieved? Nothing. So he doesn't even have a plan. All what he wants is just, I want power.
And here's the thing: Donald Trump has done more. Donald Trump has only been president for 3 weeks, maybe.
Way more.
And done way more. I think he's been president for a month.
He's not even shaking American government alone. He's shaking the world.
Yeah. So, but that goes to show us that Tinubu is not really in power, because he works for these people. He doesn't work for Trump, but he was working for Biden. He's working for Macron and these guys, which is one of the reasons that, and he's getting ignored by Trump right now, which is a good thing. Let Trump and let America ignore Nigeria. Nigeria has joined BRICS. And I know Trump is not happy about that. No problem. Nigeria is a sovereign country and can do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
But it seems like
Yeah.
Tinubu doesn't have the will to lead because he's not Nigeria's leader. Probably Macron and IMF is Nigeria's leader. IMF is Nigeria's president. What do you think?
Always giving Nigeria,
yeah,
always giving us loan. When will the
no,
loan
they're
end?
the ones. And when Tinubu goes to France,
How are we benefiting from this loan? We are still in square one, taking one
no,
step forward,
we're
two
not
steps
even
backward.
benefiting. Even we're not even
Nothing.
seeing any small benefit from it. Not even small benefit.
Nothing. So the loan, they're just using that one to deceive the masses. It's just for
Mhm.
themselves. To see as if they are in support of
They
Nigeria,
don't subsidize oil. They don't
Africa.
subsidize
But
petrol.
what they are collecting from Africa is even greater than those loans.
Now
I'll
can you
continue
imagine?
asking this question.
Look
Of
at
course,
Nigeria.
they are giving us loans and they are taking our resources. So tell me.
Two
look at
questions
Nigeria.
I will always ask myself. What is Tinubu going to France to do? What's the benefit? Then number two, how long will this killing Nigerian military, how long will it continue killing Nigerian military? Can they equip the Nigerian military better to face this guy, both land and air and everything? Use modern technology. If you cannot do it.
The thing is, he cannot say he doesn't know how to stop it. It's because there is no will and there is no political will to stop it, because he knows that there are some people backing this insurgency up. He knows them, or he doesn't know every one of them, but he has knowledge of majority of the people funding these people. So there is no political will for him to stop it. You understand?
So I looked it up. This guy spent in last year, Tinubu, for all of his travels, spent $15 million for traveling to Europe and France.
$15
million. No. That's money laundering. It's money laundering. Continue. Right. It's money laundering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that into
So what
Nigerian
is that?
economy.
If you are Mr. Mustafa, if you are in this country right now, you understand better what
I know.
me
Trust
and
me, I
Mr.
know.
Habib
I have family and friends
trying
there. I
to
know.
say. Because
I know what's
things
going
is
on.
really bad. Things is
because
really bad.
look,
It is very
I'll tell you an example.
very
I have
Even TUC, they haven't tried. I think they are threatening a strike because every tariff, everything is just going up. And so I was just watching it on
now.
television.
No,
Yes, telecommunication people now, they want to increase their tariff. Electricity too. They are increasing their
because
tariffs.
everybody's they're gonna pass
so
on
many,
the.
we are not enjoying any benefit, and still yet we still get more taxes. So I really don't know how we are coping in this country. I must tell you, I don't know how long we are going to endure.
I don't know. So
it's because we don't have creative leaders that can tackle this thing. They don't care about the masses. They are just after themselves.
But also we need
and
to
some
have
of them are
activists.
puppets.
We need to have activists
and imagine, look at Rufai now. He's trying to now form activists trying to coalesce with some opposition leaders to come out. I was just laughing at these people.
According to Mustafa's story.
Story.
Even Adam Somali is saying the same thing. That some of this was insurgency in the part east that what's it called? Banditry, that maybe there are some ex-military men that they are using to do whatever business they are doing.
He already said it.
If not,
thank God you saw that video too. He said it point blank that there are some generals funding these people, former generals. He said it.
Oh,
they are making money from
funding ISIL. Yeah, it's money.
For ordinary Oshomole, who is not the vice president or senate president, or is just ordinary a senator. He is privy to some of this information.
He's fed up with it now. He's fed up with it.
So definitely the president knows. He knows what is going on. So he just don't want to stop it.
No, he's not, because he's a politician. He wants to stay alive. What I mean by alive, not just alive physically. He wants to stay alive in the game. He wants to continue being part of government. So he knows that he has to look the other way. He knows how dirty this game is. We all know what his origins are. And
at the age of 70-something years old, that is official.
Mr. Said, please, our president is going to France. What is he going there to do?
Yeah, that's the question.
That's what I just said.
What is he going there to do?
The first one for medical trip, the second one to get backings, because he knows that the US government is not going to support him.
Our former president, his own was in UK, going to UK for checkup. Now this one is France. They should continue.
Yeah, they keep saying this. They keep saying this.
You can see that
he's not. Problem with the last president, Buhari.
He's no more going to UK regularly the way he does, because he knows that this can be bad enough. That that he might like to be
We'll
the next
finish
Prime
him.
Minister of UK. That one
But
doesn't even like
disgrace
him
him.
at
Sai, can I say
all.
something? Sai, can I say something? Even within Nigeria, we have good hospitals, but let's take
Yes,
two
I'm
stories.
telling you, good
But on top of
doctors
that, if he wants French doctor, he should fly them to Nigeria.
to
He should fly
Nigeria.
them here, give them the money to come here.
It's
You
because
understand what I'm saying?
it's because you have common sense and you have people at heart and you
Yeah.
know that this is the right thing to do. These people,
Yeah.
they don't care. They don't want to improve. I think that's just it. They don't want to improve Nigeria infrastructures to that level.
And also,
You know
why
that
don't we have good hospitals? We're smart
they
people.
want to
We
keep
have
us
doctors.
impoverished to that point. So
Is maintenance now. They
we
will
won't
not be
be
able to.
able
They will not be
to
able. If
think
they
for
should do
ourselves.
that, that means the choppings that they are getting and whatever
Will
they
be less.
dance to the tune of this thing, they can't do it. That's why
So
things
they
will
should
not
top.
function.
So they should top 2.3 billion naira for him to travel to France 3 or 4 times a year. Man, this
Something
is
that
crazy.
money that you
That's
can
the one
pump
we
into
know
the
now.
Nigeria economy.
No, that
That's
guy
the
is
Our
one we
roads
enjoying
know
are
life.
now.
bad.
He's enjoying life.
That's the one we know.
Chopping
And
life.
if Mr. Warif, you remember, even Oshomole said in that his conference or meeting that he has that he disclosed
Whatever.
that so our mining industry, so many illegalities going on there. He said it.
Yes. Yeah.
He said it.
That's why
And
they are using this banditry as a
I saw
watchdog.
one of Peter two revelations too of which day that he was saying that ordinary people cannot steal crude oil. It is top people
No, you
that
need
can
you need
steal
Shots.
crude oil in Nigeria, because you have to go through the Navy checkpoint and all that stuff before you can bring
With
a
heavy
big vessel.
badges to get a badge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can a poor man like
It's-
me and you guys
It's
get
not
money
child's play.
to get a vessel
we'll end up in heaven. We'll end up in heaven very quickly.
definitely
They'll kill us.
yes, now
They'll
it's the
kill us.
elite. So it's the elite. So the elite, they are not much in this country that they wouldn't know themselves. They know themselves.
No, you know what they're doing? They're draining Nigeria. They're going to finish Nigeria. By the time Nigeria is finished, Nigeria will be a desert if they continue at this level.
If not for
You
the
know
fact
why?
that we have
One
enough
of the
resources in
reason
this country, we'll have
why
been
they
there.
behave like this, because they've studied the masses. They know what the masses can do and what they cannot do. That's why they are just taking the masses.
No, I'm going to say it again.
Right.
No, they've captured us. They've captured the masses.
Yeah.
So this is where
Telling
we're
you.
going to end soon. Very good show, but I'm just going to state my own point. The Nigeria needs a real labor union, but also we need activists at every level, and we need national strike. National strike, which means nothing.
Shut
Nobody
down
works.
everywhere.
Everything shut down. Within a month or two, the government will have to come to real negotiations. But it's going to take everybody, because if it's only a few people, they'll target those people and kill them.
Yeah.
It has to be a mass. There needs to be and it needs to be in the major cities. Port Harcourt, Lagos. You got all
Abuja.
the major cities. The problem is the north. Forget the
Kano.
north. Forget the north. In Kano, those ones, they won't listen. They won't listen. You understand? We also need Kano. That's why I said we need the whole country, and that's why the tribalism is
to
a
work
big
as a team.
tribalism is a
Yeah.
big problem, because I know Edo State, all these parts of the southeast and the southwest, they most likely will come together, but it's going to take everybody together, and then we have to watch out for people who are betraying us, because we know that it'll be that will become bloody when Nigerians say we're going on national strike. It's going to become bloody.
Right.
But if everybody sits down, there's nothing they can do. If they'll have to keep killing people. Nobody's going to do it, and it's going to bring chaos, and everybody is going to lose money. So I think we need a stronger labor union, more strike activities to hold the government accountable. And we're not asking for everything. We just want to make them compromise a little bit to make things at least a little bit better. What are your thoughts, Warif?
Yeah, like what you said, you're right. It's just to come to a dialogue with the trade union or the labor congress. Talk to them, not just one way, as if you're a military regime where you say that's how it will be, as if you
No, the
don't care
citizens
about.
have power. We also have power.
So they should come together, call this union, sit down, dialogue, let everybody gain from it. 50-50. The masses, they gain, the federal government, they gain. But don't
All
just
of these
take
guys
decisions.
that are drilling oil, that are dying every day in Nigeria, those ones need to come together and say this is gonna have to end, man. But they can't be selfish. They have to fight not only for their own salaries and everything, but for the whole country together, because that's the only way. Unless the whole country is well, none of us is going to be well. Only a few of us. But even if you say, okay, I made money, what about your brother, your sister, your dad, your mom? At least I know people. Some people are doing well in my family. Some people aren't. I have friends who are doing well. They aren't. But my thing is that for all of us to be secure, there has to be a nationally led activism. What do you think, Saeed? Yeah.
Now, this is what I think. from my
Yeah.
own opinion and the way I see it, I think we've gone past this protest or strike or whatever it is. Reason why I'm saying this is because, first of all, if you want to strike, we will need some organization like NLC, TUC, and some important government parastatals union to back it up. Now,
So what you're
we
saying,
know that.
so what, yeah, I know what you're going to say.
No,
You want
please,
there should be
please don't let
riots.
me learn.
Area boys
Yeah,
should cause the strike.
yeah.
No, if there is riots, there will be serious chaos, and it
Yeah.
might lead to something else.
Now, that's why.
Yeah.
Please let me learn so that you can get my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we know that NLC has been bought and they are in, of course, they are in government pockets, that strike thing can't happen. Unfortunately, what we are now left with now is that I'm hoping that the country doesn't go into chaos, but that is the only way for us now to make a reasonable change, a revolutionary
Okay, what about
change.
sit at home? What about sit at home, where everybody
That
sits
is
at home
what
and the
I'm
economy
saying.
shuts down?
The government, that's what Mr. Mustafa, listen. Our government has, as in every section of Nigeria right now, Tinubu is a very, is a tactician. He already has all these people in his pocket. Now, if you want to talk about the religion aspect, he has most of our religious leaders in his pocket, Muslim and Christian. That one is done. Lawmakers, we all know APC has majority of the lawmakers right now. Same as Senate. Judiciary, we all know what happened. Police,
the military.
He's the one
so
controlling
it's going to be a
police.
tough one. This is a tough one, though.
So I am telling you that there is absolutely no way we can do this thing. I'm not advocating for a riot or something, but we are heading to that spot, and that is the only way Nigerians can push
when
back and
everybody's
start a
hungry.
revolution.
So a revolution will come when enough people are hungry. Yeah.
People.
And let me tell you something. The revolutions side, if this was 1990, the revolution will begin in the universities. But I don't even know if these children in universities. But I don't even know. I don't even know if these children in universities now they know anything. That's the truth.
16
I don't know.
years, 17 years are in university now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that 1990, back in those days, when I saw people that go to Unilag, everybody was very smart and they were activists.
Yeah.
But I think this new generation, they all have 16, 17, and they also have Instagram. This is a problem around the world. Young children today is Instagram, mommy, daddy. I want to watch.
That was why the Minister of Education was saying something that you need to be mature mentally, all around maturity before they go into university.
I have a joke.
And to wrap it up, the opposition leaders that are supposed to even galvanize and unite us, that okay, you guys should fight for your right. Most of the opposition are ballers and they are even as corrupt as the president.
They are playing double game.
They're corrupt. Yeah, they're corrupt, man.
Yeah, we've already talked about how Peter Obi is a little bit mild to this thing. Well, so are you going to talk about Atiku? We already know about Atiku, and this new one now, Nasir El-Rufai, trying to be forming the new opposition voice.
Have you always noticed? Have you always noticed that they always have?
Who is going to lead us? No one. That's why I'm saying we've got.
El-Rufai is playing politics. He just wants to buy the what's it called? The northerners, the youth of the north. That's why he's speaking out. Maybe he's having an ambition to go for something.
No, of course he has an ambition. I think from the calculation, he's targeting vice president slots in the next election.
We don't want El-Rufai. There are other.
You know what I foresee? Here's what I foresee. Nigeria will remain one country, but it's gonna split so that it's not really one country, and then everybody will have to just fend for themselves. The north part of the country will break off, not because we all break from each other, but there's going to be so much tension in each area that people get angry at the government, and there's not going to be any authority. It's going to be scary.
What somebody said. He said Nigeria is too big. That Nigeria is like 5 countries.
Yeah, it needs to break down. But that's why the British did that.
By one person.
That's why the British made it that way, because they wanted.
You can't. Nigeria is just too big for one person to.
No, I hate to say this, but even if you keep the federal government, Nigeria needs to be 3 different regions, 3 or 4 different regions, which have their own, and they deal with it their own way. And each region.
Check out from 83 to 2025 now. Instead of us to be developing, I'm over 40 now. No,
Like you are
same.
moving,
I
you
mean,
are
if you
moving
go
backward.
to some area, Lagos State, it
No,
is
we're
just
moving backward.
many buildings that is changing, and the real estate sector that is kind of changing. Every other
For rich
thing
people.
is going worse.
We
You
need industries.
understand?
We need. Come on, if Nigeria was working full way, we can outproduce China and we can be selling goods all over the world.
Yeah.
Look at the Igbo guys.
At some
We
point,
have that level.
But
at some point, we are on the same level with China now. I think
Yeah.
in the 60s
But
or
because
70s,
of
as
this
you say.
insecurity, that's what is
Yeah.
scaring the investors.
Yes.
Okay,
And that's
guys.
what Nigeria is
Also, who
supposed
is
to
going
look
to,
at.
even you yourself, if you have billions, can you invest your billions in this country right now? You will be
No way.
thinking
No
twice
way.
No.
because you know
No
that
way.
it's a
No way.
risk.
No way. I won't even
That is
invest in it.
why
I
most
won't even
billionaires now in
invest
Nigeria, they are seeking power.
unless you want to invest in peak milk, buy a carton of peak milk and buy a truck and give it to the stores.
That's why you see most of
All that
our
small
billionaires now.
investment.
That's why you see most of our billionaires now. They are seeking power because they know that billionaires without power in this country, you are done.
All right. Okay, guys, we have to go. Beautiful show. So we'll talk. Who's playing this weekend in England? EPL.
It's FA Cup. FA Cup.
Oh, no, only FA
Premier
Cup.
League.
Okay. So we have to
Yeah,
have a show.
Next week when they are in Liverpool, they are playing their standing match against Everton.
Okay, and tomorrow we can talk about the draws, maybe tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, the draws for the Champions League. Okay.
Yeah. But Man City, they are going for a tough time because they are playing Madrid twice. They'll play Liverpool, they'll play, what's it called, Tottenham. So they have a very
those guys are crazy.
tough February for them.
But you know what they say? Jesus Christ will put you through fire, that you will become like a sword.
Come out refined.
After they pass through the fire, they'll be strong. I'm just joking. But I still think, Man City is crazy, man. But I do think that their biggest problem now, their defense and their central and their midfield, their defensive midfield. And defensive midfield is really bad. All right, guys. Good show. Thank you, guys. So I'll see you guys.
I just think they're one out. They're going to pick up because they have the players.
Pick up again.
I think
but it may be too late for this season. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you very much. So I'll see you guys on the weekend. Thank you, everybody, for watching Global Politics. Focus on Nigeria. Good night, guys.
Subscribe and like.
Subscribe and like. Thank you. And also watch Be Apologist, held by Said too, which is doing well. Good job.